I'll be reviewing a $200 million per year brand in this video that is in the supplement space. Now, when it comes to like the supplement space is a cutthroat industry, and I'm pretty sure that you are in one of the industries that is like very, very competitive, and you're trying to figure out how to actually take your conversion rate to 4, 5, 6% on a monthly basis, and how to actually increase your AOV, which is your average order value, in 2026. So in this video, I'll be reviewing a brand called I.M.8. This is a $200 million brand. It was basically owned by David Beckham and of course with a couple of partners. But what I'm going to share in this video is two important things. What is an education about the product regardless of the industry? And the second most important thing is how the customer journey looks like. So from the offer, the moment that consumer lands on the product page, what are some of the things that they actually see in order to actually make a decision that if they want to purchase your product, or if they want to just like bounce and buy from Amazon or any other marketplaces, or maybe come back later. So we need to make sure that we have less frictions on our landing pages and we have the best user experience possible in 2026. All right, so let me just jump right into my screen and let's talk about it. All right, guys, so I will be reviewing a ultimate kit that these guys are offering. This is one of the best user experience when it comes to the PDP pages, and we use similar strategies that these guys are using for a lot of supplement brands we personally work with. Now, it doesn't matter if it's like a supplement brand or any other category. It's all about like how the UX looks like and what are some of the things that basically help people purchase the product. What are some of the things that can actually make friction that I'm going to talk about in this video, and also the offer, which is one of the most important pieces in 2026. And competition is really, really bad in the marketplace, and people are getting more advanced. Your competitors are too. So we need to actually make sure that we stand out. So first thing first, let's talk about the thumbnails and what are some of the things that makes a big difference when it comes to the infographics in 2026, because these are very big differentiator when it comes to your conversion rate. So a lot of infographics helps, actually the right infographics actually helps a lot with the conversion rate. So as soon as you land on this landing page, the first thing that you see is of course the $72 in the welcome gifts which they're offering. So basically they're offering a whole kit for $72 and $78, and they have these freebies that they're offering with no additional cost as a first-time buyer. So when you come here, you can actually see these have 5 different sachets, and they have single serve sachets, which is like absolutely free. They have a mixer for free. They have a ride cup that they're offering for free. Now you must be thinking like, okay, what is this thing, and what are they offering? Like, what am I buying that I'm paying the $78 for? Because if you are a consumer, you're coming to this page, you're like, it's too much going on. So we need to actually make sure that the consumer understand what the product is and what they're going to be buying. So infographic pictures is the most important thing. You can actually visually show people what it is. The biggest mistake that these guys did is, what is the product that I'm purchasing if I'm a consumer? So you need to make sure it's crystal clear which product is going to have the cost and which is the rest of the stuff that is absolutely free. Now let's talk about the clinically proven third-party tested. They're having just like a little bit of education here in the infographics. And this is one of the most important thing when it comes to the supplement space of like how the product is helping replacing 16 supplements altogether. All right, a lot of e-commerce brands do that when it comes to the supplement space. So you got to think about like, what are some of the things that your product can help replace compared to like whatever people are like actually buying onto the marketplace. We have nutrition facts. We have I.M.8 Ultimate Essentials, which is like, what are some of the things that these guys are offering compared to like any other brand in the marketplace. Let me actually go back. Same thing. And I think like these are all the 5 images that they have. Now let's jump into the offer section, because that is my main concern. This is where most e-commerce stores fail, because the offer isn't clear or people get confused. They're going to bounce and you're not going to have the best conversion rate possible. So what is happening here is a little bit of title. You have a little bit of description, 16,000 reviews, 750K plus customer purchases, 222 million plus in servings. Big social proofing when it comes to the actual brand side of things. So very important. Now, this is the first thing. I have to select the pack that I'm gonna get. So variety pack recommended, all 3 flavors, 1 for every mood. So you have mixed berries, lemon, orange, and mango passion fruit. So I can pick any of these flavors. And what's gonna happen is they're gonna actually add that product into the main product that these guys are selling. And the second option we have here is a subscribe and save. Now, this is where 99 of the brands fail to actually talk about what the actual product is. This is where most people don't understand what they're doing. So 90-day supply, save 30%. We have save 30% plus free gifts as a badge. We have best value, $78. $112 was the original price. So bill $235 every 12 weeks. $2.61 USD per serving. So they're just adding a little bit of education around like what the product is and what is it's costing you. Now, if you remember this infographic, if I'm a consumer and I'm looking at it, I'm going to be like, okay, if this supplement actually helps me switch all these things that I'm taking on a daily basis, what is it going to cost me? All right, so that's basically what the cost is. Exclusive access to 90-day I.M.8 transformation program, maximum savings, lowest price, 90-day money back guarantee. You have exclusive access to Superpower 100 Biomakers. I'm going to skip through a lot of this technical stuff. You can think about your brand and like what are some of the benefits your brands can give. Share with family and friends, free mystery gift, free daily ultimate mixture worth $18, free shipping to US, UK, Canada, and most European unions, and cancel or pause anytime. So this is a 90-day supply. So 3 months, which is 12 weeks. This is a 90-day supply. And this is a 30-day supply. So 30-day supply, save 20%, have less stuff included with the 30-day supply, a little bit more costly when it comes to the per serving side of things. And they have one-time purchase as well, where you can actually just add the product into the cart. Okay, 3 different offers, very crystal clean offers of what it is. But if this was my brand, I would definitely like highlight this product because this is the actual product that they are giving away for like $78 for every 3 months. So 3 months supply. I think like that's a very big mistake. I don't know exactly like what's their conversion rate is, but if I'm actually optimizing this page, I'm going to make this visual and I'll be like, okay, this is going to cost you $78. If I switch to 30-day supply, I'll be like, okay, 30-day supply, it's going to cost me $89. Okay. So important piece to figure out, because if I'm a new consumer, I don't know what the heck is this. And they keep like giving away these visuals of like the sachets, not enough information onto the PDV page of like what I'm actually buying, but it's actually this one product, which is the Daily Ultimate Essential. This is the supplement that these guys are selling, and the rest of the stuff, let me actually switch to 90 days. This mixer, this bottle, these sachets, these are the free ones. Okay, so, and they're also talking about like a single serve sachet storage box. Again, I don't know what a storage box looks like, so it's kind of like a mix information right here. So start my 90-day program, $78, 33 USD per month. Now, if you see right here, they're offering like 90-day supply, bill $235 USD every 12 weeks. And it says $78 per month, right? I come here, it says $78 per month, which is of course like $235 every 3 weeks. So you need to make sure that your offer is crystal clear, or you're going to have a very bad conversion rate. Either you can put in, you totally get rid of this option. You don't have to actually show this. Or if you want to show like, if they're getting charged every 3 months, you got to show it like, okay, this is $253 or $235, and you're going to get charged every 3 months. Okay. So regardless if it's owned by a celebrity or not, these things add a lot of friction. So you need to be very careful. Ships to United States within 4 to 5 days. New faster shipping due to high demand. 90-day money back, 30-day money back, monthly plan. With AHA, save an average of 30%, 98% of application approved. Again, I wouldn't use these type of gimmicks. It's a lot of information. I would literally get rid of these two things altogether. If you're offering like a 98-day money back plan, you need to stick with it. If I switch it to 30 days, these options should hide based on what is being picked. So be very, very careful what you put onto the actual PDP pages, because if your conversion rate is low, what's the purpose of even watching this video? All right, so this is some social proofing 90-day I.M.8 transformation program. This is what these guys are offering as a freebie into the 90-day kit. So if you see right here, it says exclusive access to 90-day I.M.8 transformation program. This is what they're talking about. Okay, all these celebrities, and learn more about the program. Again, I would not send any person other than the actual PDP page. This is really, really important, because if you're just like sending people like left and right, you're trying to prove that your brand is a big deal, and this is what the program is, blah blah blah. A lot of friction happens. We do a lot of split testing, and this is where people bounce mostly. So of course, like, you can give away a little bit of information on the PDP page, and of course, like, if they're 90 days members, you can do it on a custom thank you page, or like post-purchase emails can do the job when it comes to educating these consumers. If you don't want to do that on the PDP page, not a good idea. Then we have ingredients, third-party tested, how to enjoy it, tasting note, and they're talking about like the different flavors. Then we have the I.M.8 ambassadors, like what these guys are talking about. Again, very, very specific to what these people are talking about. These are, of course, like brand ambassadors, or the actual part of the I.M.8 program, big celebrities, people. So it makes a big difference when it comes to this whole UX side of things in the buy box area. All right, guys, so if you're doing anywhere from $5 to $10 million per year, and you want to increase your conversion rate to 4%, 5% on a monthly basis, plus you want to increase your average order value, and you want to do positive ROAS on your ad spend, you can schedule a free call with me. My calendar link is right below this video. Let's talk about how we can actually help you scale and build a proper customer journey for your e-commerce store. We're specialized in the Shopify space only. So if you own a Shopify store, you're doing 5 to 10 mil, let's talk about it. Now, if you get rid of this section right here, you get rid of this, you get rid of this section right here, and just keep the offer a little bit more clean, this buy box will look way, way better. In most cases, more information doesn't mean you have a better user experience. But anyways, athletes, doctors, 22 million servings delivered. They all drink I.M.8. Again, this is a very, very good section when it comes to the social proofing side of things. If big celebrities, big people uses these products, well, guess what? You are going to buy it automatically. So social proofing is important. And David Beckham is an extremely important figure in the sports industry. So a lot of people trust him right off the bat. The clinical trial said 95% felt more energy, and these are the Trustpilot reviews. I can click on show more reviews. Now, if I click on like Trustpilot, they do have a lot of 5-star reviews. Now, this thing alone makes a big difference when it comes to the actual product side of things, and just like educating the consumer what the product is. So big game changer when it comes to the actual review side of things. So Trustpilot, of course, when it comes to the Trustpilot industry, or like just the review platform, a lot of people hesitate to even open Trustpilot. But of course, like, this is a pretty big brand, and they did a pretty big launch. So it's a pretty big thing for them. So clinically proven, third-party tested. Again, they're educating you like what the product is, how it's tested. I can click on view third-party results. Again, I would never send anybody to a secondary page. If you want to give away like more information, let me actually go back to this section. If you want to give away like more information, you can actually make pop-ups. Okay, so it's a little pop-up. You can have all the information, PDFs, whatever you want to include, and then just educate the consumer there. If you send it to the other pages, very bad idea. Get the variety pack. Again, I click on it, it shows the pop-up. So this is the pop-up I'm talking about. Like, you can have pop-ups on the page. So people are not having different information on different pages, and then they're like, oh, I don't want it. All right, so you got to be very, very careful when it comes to like what you're offering and how it's basically working. Okay, so first thing first, don't put too much info. All right, same thing here. Meet the new daily ultimate. Now this is a very educational section when it comes to the actual product and what the product has. So this is, consider this as a ingredients section. So they have a pop-up here for the nutrition label. This is where you actually add less friction if you have 2 information. 1 serving, 9 organ systems, every base covered, and then they're talking about like how the product actually helps with different parts of the body, the organs, digestion, heart, muscular, skin, hair, brain, whatever, and that's how the product helps. The Beckham stack replaces 20 supplements. Now, if you see right here in this picture right here, it says 16 supplements. If I scroll further down, it says 20 supplements. So be very careful with what you put on the website. Of course, like, again, this is a celebrity website, so it's not going to make much difference. But as a store owner, or if you have a Shopify store, these things make a big difference, and we don't want to add no friction. We don't want to bounce a lot of people, and we want to keep it very, very simple and easy for a consumer to understand. So monthly breakdown, they're talking about like, okay, this is what the product is going to cost you if you take like prebiotics, probiotics, essential amino acids, electrolytes. It's going to cost you around like $290 per month, and how the other product is going to help if you're actually taking any performance products, how much it's going to cost you for the longevity, and your traditional supplements are going to cost you like $500 per month, and how the Beckham stack is costing you $156.60. And that's basically the breakdown. Decent breakdown. I would do a table format where you can actually educate the consumer a little bit better. On mobile, it looks terrible. So again, education is important, but make sure it makes crystal clear sense what the product is. Gold standard, why the product is better than anybody else in the marketplace, and they have a little bit of like the dosage size of the actual ingredient that is inside the product. Meet the experts of course, like the brand ambassadors of the or the medical experts behind the brand. Extremely important. Not necessarily, but extremely important. It does make a big difference when you have like experts talking about it. You have, again, social proofing for the same exact brand ambassadors we saw on the top of the page. And we have the Beckham stack. Again, they're talking about the same thing. Add to cart, and the product gets added to the cart. But if I click on add to cart, it still gives me the option to switch the flavors, which is really, really helpful. Last but not least, we have a quarterly plan, 90-day money back and 30-day money back on a monthly plan. And the FAQ section, not much going on into the footer, but very, very long page. Would I cut this page in half and I get rid of a lot of things? Yes. But I.M.8 is basically technically a brand new brand, and they came in a couple of years ago, so they're very brand new in the market. Since it's backed by David Beckham, it's a big thing, and they want to actually prove to the marketplace that this product works. Does the product works? Yes. Trustpilot reviews is almost like 1,200 reviews. Most of them are 84% are 5-star, so that is a very good sign. Of course, 1-star, 2-star reviews, 3-star reviews will always be there regardless of the industry, regardless of the products you're selling. So most people don't look at it. Most people only focus on where most people are reviewing. So if it's 80%, 85%, you know the product is legit. If they cut this stuff in half, it'll still convert like crazy. So last thing I want to talk about is the actual plugins that you can actually use to build user experience like this. This landing page that you see is 100% custom built. There's no single plugin that can do, or a page builder that will create a similar landing page experience for your e-commerce brand. But I can explain like certain widgets that can help you actually have a semi-decent landing page, will help you with the conversion rate. If you're doing like 1 to 10 million a year, or like 20 million a year or more than that, and a 1% or 2% conversion rate is going to be a game changer for your brand, then you can always contact me. My calendar link is right below this video. But let's talk about the plugins and what are some of the things that we can do in order to actually stand out in 2026. First thing first, these selection options, like step number 1, step number 2, and of course, like there's a 30-day supply, there's a one-time purchase. You can do all these custom options with Bold subscriptions. I'll put the link right below this video. Bold subscription is one of the plugins that I personally use to customize the back end and also the front end, and then we can attach these free mystery gifts within the cart as well. So very, very important piece of the actual business is subscription, of course, and of course one-time purchase. That can be a part of your default domain or theme. The second thing I want to talk about is if you are doing bundles. Let's say if you want to add this product and I add this to the cart, and I have additional bundle options into the cart sections, which is like I can upgrade this product to 90 days and $78 per month. Then I have the ability to actually update everything within the cart. You can use easy bundles for that. Again, link is going to be in the description below. You can install a free trial version, test it out yourself, see how it works out for you. Easy bundle also helps you make these small widgets that you see in the buy box area. So it's going to be super helpful for your e-commerce store. When it comes to page builder, I have 2 page builders. Normally, we don't use page builders for the landing pages or the product pages that we can create. I personally prefer Gem Page Builder if you're not a technical person. And with Gem Pages, you can have like a very similar, I would say like 40% of like what you're seeing on this video. You can actually make a layout in Gem Page Builder if you know like basic tech stuff. Again, if you want to create something technical, very, very clean and very, very like engaging, then you have to go custom route. There's no one solution for any page builders. And if I scroll all the way to the down, these sections can be built within the Gem Pages Builder with just like a little bit of knowledge around like the HTML and CSS, but you can actually create similar user experience using Gem Page Builder. Other than that, if you're stuck between 1 or 2% conversion rate, you want to take your store to 3, 4, 5, 6% on a monthly basis, you can contact me. My calendar link is right below this video. Schedule a free call with me. The reason I'm saying that, it's only for anyone who is doing 1 to 10 million or more on an annual basis. If you're a startup brand, I would definitely suggest you to use the plugins I suggested in the videos and can make it work. If you are a well-established brand and 1%, 1.5%, 2% is a game changer for you, schedule a free call. My calendar link is right below this video. Let's talk about like what we can do, what you are doing currently, and how we can actually help you. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.